March 10th, 2021. Possibly an auspicious date. Certainly 21 years ago today it was. That's when the NASDAQ topped. And at that time, there were a lot of indicators that were hitting at the mark. They say they don't ring a bell at the top, but that's not necessarily the case. Let's look at one example of an indicator that is currently making some noise from the latest issue of the Elliott Wave Financial Forecast. This chart, higher rates yield stock peaks, is the beginning of a special section in this month's issue. It shows us by the arrows that yields can be a particularly good indicator of the stock market. They generally rise before the most important turns, in fact. Notice the first arrow, it's from 1987, actually beginning in 1986 and running through September of 1987 when the stock market made a very important peak. The 26% rise in rates yielded a 41% decline in the stock market, ultimately. So these can be very important. And the next two arrows on the chart in 2000 and 2007 show two other very important indicators of a peak in the stock market. Now notice the last arrow, which indicates a bottom in yields, a very important bottom, we believe, in 2020, followed by a very large rise, 267% increase in rates, in fact. We think this is significant, and you can find out more in the issue. Additionally, I just want to mention that back in 87, the old timers sensed that there was a problem. Rates went to 10%, and they knew what that meant. And the issue also talks about the importance of experience and seasoning. There's another important aspect of this idea that they don't ring a bell at the top. We find that, in fact, at really important tops, they ring more than one at once. There's an important chart on page 5 that I want you to look at and see what you think.